Treffren taking the long skate down to the far net. We'll get underway for the second period. Get the line straight here. Now Hiffin's going into the box. 18 seconds showing on the board on the offsetting penalties. Hayes back on D. We got Anderson. Berriger will take the face off. Kimbley on the far wing. We're going to go 5-on-5. Bowman back on D with Taze. Pass, almost picked off. And Taze will dump it back clear. Sasquatch, send it back in. Taze behind the net. He'll lift it around the boards. Kimbley far corner. And he'll come out with it. Ahead to Anderson. Tipped it. It'll roll back into the Sasquatch zone. Taze sends it ahead. Tipped by Kimbley. Sasquatch will pick it up in their own blue. Or the Taze on the other side. Sorry, Taze sent it into the zone now. And Sasquatch long pass to neutral ice. Broken up by Bowman. Rolls around far boards, picked out by Berriger, and he'll send it ahead. Anderson chasing. Bounced up the near boards, picked up at the blue line. Kimbley able to keep the line and battle it back. Sasquatch passes out to neutral ice, missed, and that'll roll deep. Zhu back to get it in the far corner. Zhu pass ahead to Bowman, and Zhu with a blocked shot. That was a quick rip from the boards. Treffren trying to hold the post, and will come out the other side with it. Here comes Martin up the far boards. Wheeling in, and he gets laid into the boards hard. That's a bad spot to take a hit. Thrown back to neutral ice. Zhu will go over there to get it. And he feeds it ahead. Anderson trying to battle it forward. Back out to neutral ice. Bowman takes him off the puck, but it's a 2-on-1 for Sasquatch, and they're offsides. Got a trip called on Sasquatch in the neutral zone, I think. Oh, Bowman's headed in.
How do you not call that trip, Brad?
Looks like we got offsettings again. Sasquatch still got somebody in the box. On the ice looks to be a penalty kill for Wyoming. Sasquatch has got 5 on, and now we'll get a 5th out. So we will go 5-on-5. Penalties are offsetting. Lotzer will take the face off. Gilbert and Wynn on the wings. Sasquatch trying to battle through the neutral zone. Poked loose by Sherman. It'll roll back for Wynn. Wynn sends it around far side. He's got Gilbert, and he'll dump it. Even strength. That should be an icing. No ice called. Back up the near side. We'll hold the zone. Sherman dumps it back ahead to Lotzer. Throws it through the middle. Nobody there. Wynn trying to battle to it. Sasquatch behind their own net. They'll regroup. Looking near side, pass ahead to the point. That'll get missed and roll deep. This time I guess we will call icing.
You do know what it is. I think.
Marty on at the wing with Lotzer in center and Gilbert on the far side. Taze back with Wickard. Fed ahead, Gilbert to Lotzer. Lotzer looking for a little space. Poked away. Back to the point. Wickard trying to knock him off the puck. Sasquatch will get through, and they're back in 3 wide. Pass through the middle, picked off by Taze. Taze feeds ahead. Picked off at the point. They'll shoot from there. Treffren with a save. Pass back to the point goes wide. No ice there. That was Sasquatch sending it back. And And they'll pick it up near side, thrown ahead, picked off the point by Lotzer. He'll look through the middle, nobody was ready. And Sasquatch back out to neutral ice. Tays there at the blue, they're offsides again. .11:50 remaining in this second period, still tied up at 2. New legs will come on. Kimbley will take the draw. He wins it forward, split the D, trying to get through, but bounce back to Tays. Tays trying to send it across. Wickert far side, back ahead to Tays. Tays chips it up the boards, dodges the hit. And knocked back ahead by Kimbley. He's a little tied up there, but he'll chase it into the zone. Sent around far side, picked up at the point by Tays. He'll look, lifts a shot, tipped and glove. Far dot face off in the Sasquatch zone. Kimbley with Martin and Koloski on the wings. Tays rips one, that's wide. That'll bounce off the boards and go all the way back. Wickert chasing, a one-on pressure. Wickert will circle the net. Back to Koloski, back to Wickert, and he'll send it forward. He had Tays up in the neutral zone, just a little out of reach. Thrown in icing by Sasquatch, and they won't call that one. Bounced up the boards. Kimbley ahead to Koloski. Koloski and Tays head in 2-on-1. Koloski looks, fires at the corner. Tays, no! Rebound bounced right over his stick. Martin with a good swat to get the puck loose. Tays in, fires, and glove. New legs back on. We'll go Berger with Wynn and Anderson. Sherman back on D. It's Hippen on the far side. Back to Hippen, across to Sherman. Sherman looks, going through the middle, nothing there. Berger picks it up in the corner. Works for a little space. Back to the point for Hippen. Hippen back down to Berger at the boards. Pass through. Reaches Sherman on the near point. He'll send it down towards the crease and broken up there. And tipped long pass. Going to be a foot race back. Sasquatch gets there first. Hippen right on him. And they'll lose the puck. Picked up by Berger. Bounced up the boards to Wynn. He'll backhand it out of the zone in front of Anderson, and Anderson's got a little room to work. Anderson fires, stick save, bounces into the corner. Anderson's still chasing. Wynn holding it in the corner, and Sasquatch will send it back out. Hippen knocking the puck into the corner, breaks up the 2-on-1. Throwing through the crease. Berger got a tip on it, but it won't make it out of the zone. They'll fire from the top. Kicks wide. Sasquatch from the near boards, fires. Treffern with a blocker. Bounces out front. Berger trying to knock it, and he'll get it out of the zone. Sasquatch at their own blue regrouping. They'll cut to the near boards. Pass back into their own zone. And thrown ahead. Anderson got a tip on it. It'll bounce back to Sherman. Sherman all the way across to Hippen. Hippen looking up, neutral ice. Bouncer picked out of the air. Good look. He had Wynn coming up the near side. And we got a penalty, delayed offside, so we're still good. Sasquatch back in their own zone. Anderson chasing him. They'll throw it up to the neutral zone. Taken away by Hippen. He'll shovel it back deep. Sasquatch behind their own. Back out to the point. Picked up. Jew got it at the blue line. Sends it back to Kimbley. We'll get out of the zone. Kimbley circling in his own D zone. Out across in front of Tays. A little out of reach, though. Sorry, that's not Tays. I don't know who that is. Out to Sherrington, and he outlets it to Kimbley. Kimbley, a pass ahead to Marty. Marty chasing down into the corner. Back pass. Tipped, but picked up by Kimbley. Kimbley throws it back towards the middle, broken up. Back to the point. Wickert knocks it loose. Sasquatch back in 2-on-1. Shot. Treffern with a save, and the rebound will go. We're struggling with Wi-Fi a little bit today, you guys. If I drop off, I'll try to reset it and you can log back in. Throws down enough, we're ready to go. Back to center ice, Lotzer to the draw. Sasquatch wins it back to their D. They'll go across to the far side. Gilbert chasing. Lotzer picks it up right at the blue, but it's out of the zone. And Sasquatch comes up with a loose puck, bouncing back. Tays had a good swat to knock it away, but they picked it back up in the zone. Tays will bounce boards right back to the point. They're still in. Now we got a whistle down against the boards. I think the ref might have took one in the mouth. Not sure why that was a stoppage of play. No penalties called. We're going to face off near dot of the D zone. Thrown weakly on net. Trevor will stick it away and poked ahead to Kimbley. Kimbley working up. Gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert into the zone. Fires one wide. Bounces off the corner funny and back to Sasquatch. Tays at the point. They'll work down to the corner. Poke loose. Kimbley knocked it down. Sasquatch whiffs on that. Kimbley will pick it up. And Sasquatch get it back on the boards. They'll circle the middle of the zone. Looking for a long pass up into neutral ice. Tipped by who? No offsides on that one. Sasquatch had it set up in front. Missed the pass. Head to, Lotzer sent it ahead to Hippen entering the zone. Bounces back to Sasquatch. And they'll throw the long cross ice to the far point. In and goal. 6:55 left in the second period. It's 4-2. Martin to the draw. Sherrington on his wing with Koloski. Thrown ahead, picked off by Sherman, but bounced right back to Sasquatch. Martin takes it away and sends it back clear. Koloski pressuring back into the zone, just a hair out of reach. Martin came up and got a stick on that one, but it bounces favorably into the zone for the Sasquatch. Treffren will stick save. And finally Sherrington, still didn't make it there. We got it out of the zone. Sherman with a little poke to get it clear. They'll chip it deep. Sherman back in the far corner. Takes a look, sends it, trying to get it in the air out to Koloski, but they knocked that one down again. Weak shot, sticked away. And now Sherman will pick it up and skate it into the zone. He'll chase all the way down to the corner. Koloski holds the line. Thrown back out to neutral ice. Martin picks it up there. He'll work in. We're offsides. Sherman banged up down in the corner trying to get back out. And Martin beat him to it. Hayes and Wickard back on D. Berger will take the face off with Anderson and Wynn on the far side. Pass across the blue line. Squatch will pick it up on the far boards. Picked off by Berger. Trying to chip it clear. They got a stick on it to hold the zone. Anderson will find it. He'll get out. Anderson comes up the near side. He's got Berger on the far side. Pulls up at the point. Throws on a little wide of the net. Picked up by Berger. He fires one, a little wide through the crease. Tays chips it forward to win, backhander, and covered up. Berger to the draw. Dug out by Sasquatch. And Tays with the poke, but it'll trickle out of the zone. Pass ahead, Sasquatch far side. They'll come in at the blue. Berger chasing him down to the corner. They'll pull up on the boards. Back to the top of the circle. Top of the zone. Fired. Trefford blocker save. Wickard battling down in the far corner. Puck bounces behind the net. Sasquatch will pick it up there. Pass out in front, picked off by Anderson. Can't quite keep a hold of it. Berger knocks it back forward. Anderson trying to stick it out of the zone. Berger will knock it forward to Tays. Tays picks it up in the neutral zone. He'll cut at the point, trying to get across the middle, gets a little tied up. And Wynn fires ahead to Tays, shoots! Tays with the backhand. Goalie there, but the cross check in the back will get called.
Let's go, boys.
So we'll go on a power play for Wyoming. 4:33 remaining in the second. Lotzer, Kimbley, and Gilbert out front. Tays back with Sherman. Sasquatch behind their own net. They'll cut back to the far corner. Kimbley chasing, knocks down a pass. And puck trickles out over the blue. Kimbley back to Sherman, back to Tays. Tays sends it ahead, and Kimbley will pick it up. Kimbley up across neutral ice. He'll come in near side. Drop for Lotzer at the point. Lotzer down to Kimbley, just a hair behind. They'll send it back to Tays, bouncing it through the middle, out of reach. Sasquatch will come back out, picked off by Lotzer. Lotzer in. Little drag, back around. No shot on net, got a little hooked up, but they're not going to call that. Battle down to the corner now. Better call little whistles.
Hey, get out of there!
They're laying on Lotzer, still throwing hands. How many who else go into the box here? Kimbley and Lotzer going in. Still trash talking all the way to the box. Tays going in too. Looks like they're pretty much just putting everybody in the box. Sasquatch, I think they just sent the whole team in. Not all of them are going. And now they're all five in there. So pretty much everybody that was on the ice gets a roughing. I'm not 100% sure on this. I think the refs decided to put all 5 guys from both teams in the box for 2 minutes for roughing, and then run off 2 minutes, and then stop the clock. Which has been a 1.5-minute penalties all weekend, but apparently we're changing that too now. They ran off about 2 minutes and 16 seconds, I think. Game clock has stopped at 1:28 left in the second. Yeah.
The second period for the 2 games.
Sorry guys, I have no idea what the official is going on here. We've got they put a 2 and a 4 on both sides. Now we're back to hockey. 2-minute power play, nope, 5-on-5. He cleared it off. Picked up by Wynn, he'll turn, top, throw it wide of the net. Berger down in the corner. Wynn trying to blast a shot from the boards, nothing there. And Sasquatch will come back out across neutral ice into the near point, poked away by Jou. Pass through the crease, broken up, loose in front, just wide. Sasquatch comes right back out with it. Good poke to break that up. Gilbert knocked that one loose, so they'd have had a wide open. Gilbert chasing all the way back into the zone. Sasquatch still hanging on. Lost it in the middle, they'll pick it back up. Cut back to the near circle. Broken up by Jou. And Berger will pick up the loose puck. Berger looking up ice. Long pass to Gilbert, far side. Gilbert walks in. Through the feet. On net, but covered up. .35 seconds left on the game clock. Berger face off on the far dot of the Sasquatch zone. Stuck on the dot, he'll battle it forward, a little wide of the net, and goalie will cover. Berger back to the draw. Up top. They'll hold the zone, throw it back in, and picked up by Sasquatch. We'll get it out to neutral ice. Dug out of the pile by Gilbert. He'll come in top of the zone. Gilbert knocked loose, picked up by Berger. Shot blocked. Rolls into the corner. Wynn picks it up down low. No way you're going to... What? Jesus. They signaled a hooking on Wyoming. Now they're putting Sasquatch into the box for hooking, and then they signal an unsportsmanlike on Sasquatch as he's headed in. We still got 5-on-5 on the ice. 5 seconds left. Back to Wickert. Down to Berger. Trying to battle through traffic. Loose puck out in front, and there's the buzzer.
Let's go, Whoa!
Well, that was an interesting second period. We'll head into the third, down 4-2. Let's see who we got left. Gilbert will take the draw to open the third with Marty and Koloski on the wings. And Wickert back on D with Bowman. And we still got 4 guys sitting in the box. And Sasquatch needs to have 4 or 5 in there as well. Knocked ahead into the ref by Bowman. He'll get it back and shovel it to Koloski. Koloski in near point. Looking for somebody through the middle, knocked down, feeds it back across again, nothing there. Gilbert skating to it, knocks it away, but it'll roll back into the Wyoming zone. Gilbert chasing, he's got one on. He'll turn in the corner, tie it up down low. Wickert in to help. Wickert out to the middle of the zone, he'll get it to Koloski. Koloski across to Marty. Bounces off the stick into the Sasquatch zone, and they'll throw it back clear. Wait for the zone to clear and bounce it back in. We'll hold the line that time. Wickert trying to bang it back in. Feeds it ahead. Sasquatch sends it back. Marty in the neutral zone. Marty cross into Gilbert's skates. And Bowman will pick it up and fire one. Tipped wide of the net. Koloski behind. Try to feed it back out front. Bounce down. Bowman banging into the corner. Sasquatch will come out of the corner with it. They'll try the far side. Thrown up the boards. All the way down. Picked up by Marty. He'll turn. Whoa! Puck dumps back into the corner and we'll fire it clear. I expect they'll call an icing on that one.
Let's go, man.
Tippin and Jew back on D. We got half of them out of the box. Lots are back on with Wynn and Kimbley. Tippin sends it around. Kimbley will pick it up near corner, and he just follows it back down low.
Spread out, Lyle.
Comes out and picked up by Kimbley. We'll look for a little space back in the corner. Bounces it ahead. Pokes forward and it'll clear the zone. Lotzer chasing him back. And Sasquatch will come to the near side. Thrown in from the neutral zone wide of the net. Hippen back to get it behind.
Move on.
Hippen out near side to Lotzer. Lotzer ahead, looking for wind, just out of reach. It'll roll deep. Slow roll back to the line. No icing called. Wind will keep chasing. Sasquatch gets it back. And they'll come up near side into the neutral zone and throw it deep. Rolls behind the net. Cross check to the back of Hippen's head. Nothing called there either. Puck rolls around far side. Hippen taking a look. Tied up down low. Puck kicks out the boards to Sasquatch. They'll walk in. Shot blocked by Bowman. They get the rebound. And they'll circle around near side. Treffren right there with a cover. Or with the save. And it's back out to neutral. They'll dump it back in deep. Bowman chasing back behind the net. They'll send it around far side. Picked up at the point by Sasquatch. Martin in to knock it down. Hippen from the corner. He'll roll glass around near side. And that should make it over to Anderson and out of the zone. Anderson, pass to the middle. Stick tied up for Charrington. We get a shot wide of the net. Bounces back the near boards. Anderson picks it up, throws it across top of the crease just a little wide. Wickert knocks it forward, bounces up in the air to the corner. And they'll send it back down the glass. Right back to Wickert. He sends one back through the middle of the zone. Pass there, picked off by Bowman. He'll dump it back to neutral ice. Charrington trying to battle it loose. Sasquatch fires high over the net. Loose puck, weird bounce behind the net. Sasquatch comes up with it in the corner. Feet out front's broken up. Shot, Treffren with a glove. Remaining in the game, still down 4-2. Sherman will find it. He'll feed it ahead, looking for Berriger, just out of reach. Berriger holds the blue line, and Sasquatch gets it back. They'll come out to neutral ice. Poked away by Taze. Berriger trying to get through. Shot, and Treffren with a quick glove. Face off. Far dot of the Wyoming zone. Dug out by Gilbert. Gets tripped. Nothing there. Sasquatch comes back across the blue. Circling. Shot. Treffren with a save. Hayes will dig it out of traffic. Hayes working up the boards. Hayes pushing it through the middle, broken up. Gilbert out front, just a kick save, and the rebound over Taze's stick. Berriger knocks it back out of the zone, and they're going to have to get clear. Through traffic, and dug out by Gilbert. He'll come up near boards, through feet there, and he gets out to neutral ice. Might have been a hook there too. Gilbert shot, gets hacked on the way by. And slow roller stopped by the goalie. .10:03 left in the third. Kimbley, Koloski, and Marty out front. Jew back with Hippen. Kimbley off the draw. Koloski fires, kicks wide off of something into the corner. And Kimbley picks it up ahead to the corner. Marty shot tipped. And goes across the crease. Koloski trying to feed it back to Jew. Jew from the near point, through the middle. Kick save. Hippen down in front of Marty, looking for Koloski in the middle. Or that was Kimbley back behind. And thrown deep on net. Stick to side. Bounce it up near boards. Koloski, nope. Picked off. And Jew will find it back behind the goal line. Feeds up towards to Koloski. Koloski out ahead to Marty. Just bounces off the stick. Marty will chase it back. Sasquatch in their own zone. And they'll throw it deep. No icing called. It'll roll back to Treffren. Leaves it for Hippen, and he'll send it around near side. Koloski got a tip on it, but picked off. Back to Koloski. That one will get out of the zone. Sasquatch back in their own zone. Kimberly pressuring, they'll bounce up the boards to neutral ice. Hip in there. Tied up in neutral ice, and they'll throw it deep. Rolls around for Bowman behind the net. He'll come out of the far corner, bounces up the boards, gets out of the zone. Sasquatch pick him up at their own blue line. Kowalski headed in. Pass up to the blue, and Sasquatch coming across neutral ice. Martin chases him down. They'll hold the zone at the point. Pass through, broken up. Wicker got a stick on it, tip it into the corner. Pass up top is missed. And it'll roll back out of the zone. Martin chasing him all the way back. Martin with a takeaway. Moves through the middle, gets a shot off wide. Thrown up the boards. Still in the zone. Dug back out by Wynn. Across the middle, and nothing there but Sasquatch. Wynn sending it back to Bowman. A little late elbow hit there, but no call. We're going to kind of let things roll here, I guess. And Tays trying to find, or Bowman trying to find it. There's another cross check in the back. Maybe, I think, another pair of offsetting penalties. Probably, I'm going to guess a cross check on you. Well, Sasquatch got two in the box now. Ref signals 5 on 5.
Tap, wire, let's go, guys!
So offsettings with, must have been off, sportsmanlike after the whistle maybe. They stay 5 on 5, face off in the Wyoming zone. Anderson to the dot. They'll kick it into the corner. Sherman picks it up there, weaves through the feet, gets it back out to Anderson, and he'll push it up the boards. Kicked out of the zone. Sherman with a little poke to get it out to neutral ice. And dug out. Sent ahead by Martin. They'll chase back into the Sasquatch zone. They bounce glass up to the blue line. And they'll pick it up in the neutral zone. Wynn tracing them into the board. Sherman ties them up. And Wynn comes up with the puck. Wynn shakes it. They were looking for the hit there. Shot from the point, blocked by Tays. They'll throw it back into the corner. Anderson digs it out. He'll work across behind the net. Pass ahead to Wynn just behind him. Offsides. They will call it. Tays goes back for the loose puck. Tays circling on the near side of the zone. They'll cut back behind the net. Tays pass ahead, knocked down. And Sasquatch back with possession. Backhand through the top of the slot. Nothing there. Finally picked up and skated out by Martin. Gets it up to the blue line. Lost the handle. Sasquatch back in near side. Sasquatch, Anderson back behind the net. Pass out front, nobody there. Martin will pick it up. Martin sends it out of the zone. Needs a little help though. Sasquatch tip off a skate and into the near corner. Back to Wynn. Nope. Taken away behind the net. Pass out in front. Nobody going to the puck. Sasquatch pick up the loose puck. They'll take a shot. Treffer to the kick save, and will bounce it clear icing. running the clock in the third period of a 2-goal game. Off the draw, Sasquatch back to the point. Broken up in traffic, still working on it. Lots are trying to knock it loose. Sasquatch back across the top. They'll throw it back to the far point. On net, Treffern with the stick. Pass back through, gets missed. Battle it into the corner, but Sasquatch comes back up with it. Bowman poked it loose, it'll roll behind the net. Back out in front of the crease, and they missed the net. Pass up top, shot, Treffern with the blocker. Going through the crease again. Wickard will knock it back behind. Bowman sends it around far side, Lotzer's on the boards. Knocked down by Sasquatch, it's still in. Sasquatch lifts it off the glass behind the net. Pass back up top. Sasquatch still holding the zone. Finally taken away by Bowman. He'll get it over the blue line. Ahead to Gilbert. Gilbert cuts to the middle. Shot, kick save. Bowman down for the rebound. Back out of the corner, across the middle, nobody there. Far point comes out of the zone. Taze will pick it up. He'll shake a guy. Wait for the clear. Taze working back in far boards. He's past one. Taze around behind the net, poke loose. Taze trying to battle it out front. Knocked back in by Gilbert. Up the glass to Lotzer at the point. Lotzer fires off a shin pad. Long pass, wide open, one-on-one. Pass through, broken up by Lotzer. Rolls on net, but Treffern with a kick. Back out to neutral ice. Kicks back to Sherman. 2 minutes left. Sherman will work out to the neutral zone. Gets knocked off the puck, but he'll get it ahead to Marty, and he'll send it deep. Shot. Treffern with a kick save. Rolls into the far corner. Bouncing puck picked up by Lotzer. He'll get out to neutral ice. Lotzer from the top. Through the feet. Nice move, and backhand's a little wide. Bounces out front and sent ahead to Sasquatch, and they're one on. Sherman chasing back. Shot, Treffern with a save, rebound, Treffern again. That one goes wide. Treffern will get it covered up. We'll get a whistle. Let's go!
Hurry, let's go!
Rickard knocks it loose. Martin will send it around. Koloski far boards. Tied up in the skates. Martin trying to dig it out with Koloski. Back to Sherman taking a look. Ahead to Koloski in the neutral zone. He's got a little room. Koloski far point. Shot, kick save. Hippen battles at the blue line. He'll hold in. Now it'll kick out. Picked up by Martin. He'll come right back in. Over to Hippen. Hippen trying to work. That's a. And they'll blow the whistle and run the rest of the clock out.
Pretty loud!
Final score, 4-2. The refs didn't want to let us play the half of the third period, so that'll do it. And that'll wrap the season.